Hi, and welcome to my channel. I'm Lauren, this is Zoe, and Ziggy's upstairs. Before we jump into today's class, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all my new classes that I'll be releasing. And hopefully you'll enjoy the video and you can give it a like at the end. So for today's class, since we're focusing on rotational muscles up the trunk, the past 3 videos that I released on somatic exercises are focused on the muscles that kind of prepare the body for rotation. So the first one was extensor muscles of the back, the second was flexor muscles of the stomach, and the third was lateral muscles moving the waist side to side. So hopefully you got a chance to view those other classes. You don't necessarily need to do all those and then this. I know time is not always available to us, but if you do have the time, you'll kind of get an idea of how those classes lead up to this one. But this class alone is really great if you have functional scoliosis like myself. So the right side of the diaphragm is actually bigger than the left. And so as a result, we tend to compress more on the right, and we may, as a result, twist or rotate the spine to the left to kind of compensate for that. And that's something that I'm always contending with, and you may be as well. This class is also really great if you are a golfer, a runner, because rotation is important in those 2 sports, being able to rotate the spine and to rotate the hips and pelvis, which is exactly what we're going to be doing today. And so all you'll need for today's class is just open space, a mat. Being on the floor is preferred. I know I've gotten a couple of questions about whether you can practice on a bed. You are more than welcome to if that's what's accessible to you, but I would like you to see if maybe you can ease your way to be practicing on the ground, since the floor is solid and will give you more feedback. So grab all that you need, slip into something comfortable, and I'll meet you here on the mat. This entire class is going to be done lying down, so go ahead and make your way there. And as you do so, plant the soles of the feet to the floor and relax your arms by your side with the palms facing up. That way those shoulders roll back and down. And you'll notice a common thread through this entire class where we are prepping the body, getting into the movement, doing the movement, and then we sense the body. All right, so before we get started, go ahead and sense your body on the floor here. Relaxing your shoulders, arms by your side. And just notice how your hips and pelvis are resting to the ground, how your shoulders are resting to the ground. Take a slow inhalation through your nose, fill up around the rib cage. Pause at the top and exhale slowly out through your mouth. Again, inhale deeply. And exhale completely. Do that one more time. Inhale slowly. Exhale fully. Good. Now from here, we're going to start with some really gentle rotation of that mid to low back region, including the hips and pelvis. Cross your left leg on top of the right. Your knees are stacked, and keep your shoulder blades relaxed to the floor as best you can. Take an inhale. Exhale, gently guide your knees towards your left. Notice how my right foot is still planted, and I'm trying to keep that right shoulder blade down as I turn my head to the right, creating this kind of tourniquet effect. So it's like you're wringing out a rag here. Come back through center, inhale, and exhale. You notice that tug, that tension in the front of that right hip, maybe the lower back all the way to the back of that right shoulder. We're going to do 10 total, so that was 2. And I'll keep pace, a general pace here, counting it out. For me, that was 5, so we're halfway there. We've got 2 more. Good, that was 10 for me. Most likely for you, if you counted a little more or less, feel free to add or stop where you need to. And then pause, let your legs go long on the floor here, and just notice how your body is resting on the floor. This is the sensing component. And as you keep your eyes closed, drawing your attention inward, can you somatically view the body and sense the body? So that means sensing from the inside out. Perhaps you notice a difference in how one shoulder is resting to the floor than the other. Perhaps you sense a difference in how one leg is resting on the floor and a hip is resting on the floor than the other. For me personally, I sense that right shoulder blade is lowered to the ground, the left hip is lowered to the ground, and the left leg feels longer. But there's no right or wrong as far as what you sense, so that's why I want you to really connect to what you're feeling. Plant the soles of the feet back down, so we're where we started. And we're going to rotate now the upper body in the opposite direction of where the legs were. So reach both arms to the ceiling, palms together. Now you can just stay with the palms together, but I find as you do this, the hands will slide. So I like to interlace the fingertips and just keep the index fingers pressing outward. Notice how my arms are straight, and you want to keep your arms straight the entire time. So your hands stay in line with your chest to keep you honest of where you're rotating from. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, rotate your upper body to your right. So you want to try to keep your left hip fixed to the floor as you do this. And you may notice the left shoulder blade is peeling off the ground as you're twisting from your mid to upper back. Come back through center. Inhale, we're going to do 5 total. Exhale as you twist. Good. Take 3 more on your own. Close your eyes, sensing your body. Good. Come back through center. Release the arms for a moment and notice how the rib cage is resting on the floor. Now you can take your hands to your rib cage and kind of feel. Maybe one side feels lower than the other. Maybe if you gently press into the ribs, one side feels softer, more buoyant, and less stiff than the other. So just kind of taking that in your own experience here. All right, so now let's focus on the lower half of the body rotating as we create length through that right arm. So start with the arms down, palms up, cross your left leg on top once again. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, guide your knees to your left and reach your right arm up and overhead as you turn your head to the right. So we're creating that length from the right shoulder all the way down the spine towards your right hip. And you may even feel that pull on the left hip as well. We're going to do 5 total. So bring your right arm down, bring the legs back through center. Inhale. Exhale again, legs to your left, right arm overhead as you look towards the right. Do 3 more on your own. And then come back to center. All right, go ahead and unwind, lengthen your legs out, and notice any difference that you may sense between the right shoulder, the left shoulder, right hip, and left hip. Take a deep breath in, and big sigh out. All right, so let's do all of those steps on the other side before we rotate upper and lower body together. So cross your right leg on top. This time knees are stacked. Take an inhale. Exhale, drop your knees to your right As you turn your head to the left, try to keep your left shoulder blade to the floor. We're going for 10 total, so 9 more here. Keep going. Use your breath to facilitate movement. Take 5 more. I've got 1 more. And then go ahead and unwind, lengthen the legs out. And if you kind of got lost in the movement and you lost track of count, it's okay too if you ended up doing 1 more, 1 less, just as long as you are getting the movement pattern down. So as you're here, you may notice a little bit of a difference now between the hips and the shoulders versus that last check-in, that last moment of sensing. Perhaps the left shoulder blade is starting to drop a little lower in comparison to the right. So from here, let's focus on rotating the upper body. So plant both feet back down, reach both arms to the sky, palms together. So making sure your hands are in line with your chest, arms are straight. I again like to interlace the fingertips so that my hands stay together. Take an inhale, keeping your right hip or both hips fixed to the ground, but especially that right one. You're going to exhale as you rotate your upper body towards your left. Come back to center, inhale. Again, exhale. That was 2. We're taking 5 total, so take 3 more on your own. And then once you're done, go ahead and relax. Lengthen your legs out, and perhaps you notice both shoulders getting a little bit lower in relation to one another, more even, more balanced. All right. So now we're going to come back to the lower body rotating, but add on the rotation or the lift of that left arm. So plant both feet to the floor, cross your right leg on top. Take an inhale first. Exhale, drop your knees to your right and reach your left arm up and overhead as you turn your head to the left. Come back to center, left arm down, legs to center, inhale. Exhale, legs to your right, left arm overhead, head to the left. Good, we got 3 more, take it on your own. Really connect to your body, what you're sensing as you're moving and breathing. Good. Once you complete those 5 on that side there, unwind, lengthen your legs out, and notice how your body is feeling. Perhaps you notice both sides of the rib cage feel lower, softer, more buoyant. Both hips feel lower, both legs feel longer, both shoulders feel a little lower. Now we're going to focus on rotating the upper and lower body together, and again doing 5 repetitions each side. So plant both feet to the ground, cross your left leg on top, and reach both arms to the sky, palms together. And you can interlace the fingertips, just leaving those index fingers out so that you can keep your hands together. We're going to rotate the upper body first since it tends to be lighter, right? And when we rotate the upper body to the right, I want you to try to keep your upper body to the right as you drop your legs to the left. Take an inhale here. Exhale, rotate your upper body to the right, hold, and then try to keep that fixed there as you drop your legs to the left. So that ultimate tourniquet effect here in the body. Come back to center, inhale. Exhale again, rotate your upper body to the right, legs to the left. Good, you're gonna do that 3 more times. Two more. Last one. And then come back to center. Relax your arms, relax your legs, and notice how both hips are feeling, both shoulders are feeling. You may notice, since we just completed one side, you may notice the one shoulder feels lower, one hip feels longer, or hip feels lower and leg feels longer. All right. So now we're going to take the other side, those same steps. So plant both feet down, cross your right leg on top of the left, reach both arms to the ceiling, arms straight, hands interlaced, fingertips reaching out. Deep inhale. Exhale, rotate your upper body to your left and drop your legs towards your right. Come back to center, inhale. Again, upper body to your left, legs to your right. Do that 3 more times on your own. And once you're done, unwind, legs long, arms by your side, and taking in that full picture, sensing your shoulders, your hips, your legs, and your rib cage. I'll give you a couple moments here. Maybe you take your hands to the ribs and gently press into them, feeling more buoyant, more soft. Maybe taking your hands to the hips and the pelvis, kind of noticing, do they feel more level? Do they feel lower? Right? And as you take in that full picture, take a deep breath in. Notice how you're breathing now. And in, and out. Finally, we are going to be moving the shoulders and the hips in opposite directions as we do one final rotation here. So you're going to take your arms out wide like the letter T. We're first just going to focus on moving the shoulders. It takes a little bit to get used to. So as we're doing this movement, make sure you're not sliding your arms like so. Instead, you're going to keep your arms fixed and you're just going to be rolling like so, okay? So as you roll the right hand down, roll the left palm up. So your right shoulder's internally rotating while the left shoulder's externally rotating. And then we're going to do the opposite. Roll the right palm up and your left palm down. And keep doing that. Try to get the hang of it and making sure you're moving them at the same time. Maybe you close your eyes so that you can get used to this movement and sensing the movement in your body. Feeling the rotation at the shoulder girdle in and out in opposite directions. Now, the next time your left palm is up and your right palm is down, you're going to drop, keeping your feet planted, you're just going to drop your knees to your right, okay? So I'm not actually lifting my feet up and dropping my knees. I'm just going to keep my feet planted and drop my knees to your right. Notice how my right shoulder's internally rotated with the left palm up, the left shoulder's externally rotated. This is kind of mimicking what we did before. And you're going to turn your head in the opposite direction of your legs. So my head is turned towards the left. Then you'll come back to center, flip both palms up for a moment. Inhale. Exhale, you're going to keep the right palm up, left palm down as you drop your knees towards your left and turn your head to the right. You know, it's going to get a little bit to get used to because there's a lot of moving parts here. Come back through center. Inhale, both palms up, both knees up. Exhale, keep your left palm up, right palm down, knees to the right, head to the left. Now keep going on your own, and we're going to do about 10 to 20. So just kind of keep going, getting used to that rhythmic movement. Just remember, wherever your knees are going, that's in the opposite direction of whichever palm is facing up. And your head is turning in the opposite direction of the knees. Move with the pace of your breath. Notice if the mind is wandering, really try to keep the mind present with what you're doing, how you're breathing, and what you're sensing. Let's take one more to each side. What's great about these movements is they're gentle, they're slow, they're rhythmic, kind of like a cat that's effortlessly stretching. All right, so go ahead and relax, lengthening your legs out, relaxing your arms by your side. And again, maybe you take your hands to the hips and the pelvis. Maybe you take your hands to the ribs, kind of feeling how they move, how you're breathing as you press in and let those ribs relax. Notice how your shoulders are resting, taking in that full picture here of your body. Take a slow inhalation through your nose. Big exhale out through your mouth. And as you feel ready, hug your knees to your chest. Roll to one side of your body and gently press up. I hope you enjoyed today's class. Before you head out, again, hit that subscribe and notification bell, hit that like button, and share in the comments what you experienced through this class, and share your feedback so that I can know what you're looking for in future videos, so that I can create what you would like to see more of in my content. Also, if you're looking to practice with me in person, online, in other capacities, maybe private classes, or join me on a future yoga retreat. I have 2 at the end of this year. Then go ahead and check out my website. I will link it below. I will also link if you're interested in purchasing a mat just like mine. I'll link that below. And if you haven't already, check out some of my other somatic exercise classes. All of the exercise classes are from Thomas Hanna and Hanna Somatics. So these are really great to integrate into your yoga classes if you're a yoga teacher, or to do as a warm-up if you are a practitioner that would like to prepare the body for a flow practice or something of that nature, or simply to calm the nervous system and to kind of reset your body and your mind. So with that said, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.